After all the bragging about how Respawn was such a good company that never laid anybody off during these hard times, it was all rainbow and butterflies, all these other teams were experiencing these hard times and layoffs, and all was well with Respawn. Well, scratch that BS, not anymore. We've got some employees that have just been laid off over at Respawn, and some horrible situations going on over there that have made me question what the F is going on over there at Respawn Entertainment. I made a post yesterday saying that although there is a science to YouTube titles and being dramatic or being captivating, whatever, this whole cringe, clickbaity, like Apex is saved, all that crap, I'm done with that. It served its purpose, but my purpose now is to simply become the best. So although my titles still plan to be somewhat captivating and clickable, I'm sick of the cringe. So I first noticed when Crowdrindo had posted to Twitter that something is going on in Respawn, and I was like, what the heck is he talking about? Of course something's going on. Way to be very cryptic here. But then we found Connor Ford, Hideouts, the bandhammer over at Apex Legends, tweeting out, tired of these freaking layoffs, man. Losing friends at work is so screwed up. And that was the first time that we have seen Respawn really struggle with this. It was always Riot Games and Microsoft, Xbox, all this other crap, and how Respawn would tie into this, saying we really hate to see these layoffs in the industry. Thankfully, Respawn's not like that. Thankfully, Respawn hasn't done that yet. Thankfully, Respawn is keeping all their people here, and thankfully EA laid off some people, but it wasn't us at Apex. So everything was all good until it wasn't. Hypermiss had posted today, Respawn has laid off employees that were a part of Apex Legends team. One of those employees impacted by layoffs were hinted to have been working on Apex for almost 3 years. I hope that everyone who was affected by the layoffs find a great new job opportunity ahead. Then you had Alpha Intel, right? The big news guy on Twitter saying layoffs have now hit the Apex Legends development team. It's unclear how many staff members have been affected. One staff member said the way I was treated was so cold and inhumane during the process today. I was just tossed out like trash. Now, I cannot confirm that this is the same girl that actually posted this, but I do have a screenshot of one team member that got laid off that didn't seem to be so happy. Her name is Alysa Kelly, and I actually followed her on Twitter when she first became a team member over there at Respawn. All of these layoffs included people that I had never heard of, so I didn't really think it was going to come this close. But to see someone I actually knew and was following post this, it really sucked. It made me worry about what the heck is going on over there. So she started off 6 days ago saying, never in a million years did I expect a job to absolutely destroy my self-worth and break my mental health. I have never felt this bad in a really long time. Here I am every day at 3 a.m. waking up to an anxiety attack. I'm just exhausted all the time. Then she retweets this to say, now I just got laid off. I have never in my life experienced this before. The way I was treated was so cold and inhumane during the process today. Just tossed out like trash. Well, I guess I did connect those dots. It was her. I missed so many wonderful people here on the team. Respawn, oh gosh, this one hurts the worst. Respawn isn't Respawn anymore, and that really hurts to hear, because a lot of people did fear that this might happen because of all of these team members that left the game a couple of years ago. You remember some of these OG developers that worked on this game that actually bounced and went to some new studio. It was Drew McCoy, Chad Grenier, and a couple others as well. And I don't want to speculate what Respawn may have done that was so inhumane, but it really sucks to hear, and I hope it's nothing like crazy. So yeah, some really unfortunate news to see coming out of Respawn, but sadly it doesn't end there, because guess who Respawn is under? It's EA, and you know EA is always up to some BS as well. This was coming from Reddit that I saw earlier this morning, and it sucks for this guy. And not only does it suck, it's freaking unfair, to be honest with you. This guy said that he's been playing Apex since season 5, and he's seen a lot of offensive, vulgar words, like all sorts of things in the English language and even other languages. And usually he uses nicknames that he plays in Apex, but he found a recent prestige skin in Apex that says "Kiss My Ash," and he likes to play the legend Ash, and he thought this was a very cool holo spray. It's in the game, by the way. Respawn made it, by the way, and so he thought this is a great skin. It's cool, it's funny, and it's not that offensive. So I'm gonna change my name to that since Respawn clearly allows it. Well, he changed his name to Kiss My Ash, and guess what? EA banned him for using the same exact word that Respawn is using in their own game for the holo spray. So what would any logical human being do after this happened? Well, he tried to dispute it, saying, I never intended to make it offensive or harmful, whatever. I only intended to use something that is already within the game and even costs real money to buy. I even used CEA in a way that EA made that, not me. So you can say / use it only and only if you spend your real money. Otherwise, you get banned. maybe even permaban. Who knows what EA will do next? And I don't really care that it's just a 3-day ban. It's about technically EA just banned themselves for their own intellectual property. Only EA can violate their own positive play charter. So he follows it up by saying, how is this even relatively fair? An update. So we did go through the whole process of the dispute, emailing all of that apparently useless stuff. And this is my lovely answer that he got from EA. Hello, thank you for contacting us regarding the action that was taken on your account. The action pertains to the following violation: inappropriate content with your name being Kiss My Ash. After thoroughly investigating your account and concern, we have found that your account was actioned correctly and will not remove this sanction from your account. So do not reply to this email and we won't monitor this inbox. So if you need more help, you can go to our website, blah, 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 blah. And now the player basically says that he just wished he would have got permabanned because he doesn't ever want to play EA games again. And I don't blame him. They have never, how many videos have I made on this specific issue of false bans and they never fix anything? This is a little bit different than the way I've seen it. Normally it's like chat text ban, but we've seen them ban the name Andrew Tate. And there was a guy, you guys remember, we covered the story. His legitimate legal name was Andrew Tate, had nothing to do with the controversial Andrew Tate. But because EA is so lazy to actually do anything on their own, they just decided to blacklist the word, and a guy whose name was already Andrew Tate before Andrew Tate even became a popular star on TikTok and such, he got banned. Not only do we have that issue, but we've got Respawn employees saying that they were treated like crap and tossed out like trash and treated inhumanely. I mean, golly, it is unbelievable. Also, just as we wrap the video up, want to let you guys know of some unintended nerfs that came with season 20. Turns out not everything is always mentioned into the patch notes for obvious reasons. I mean, mistakes are being made, and at the end of the day, things always slip through the cracks. But we also just talked about some of the things that Respawn and EA seem to be up to, so it really doesn't surprise me. I'm going to be pushing this information out to hopefully let Respawn know, and maybe they'll get some fixes on these pretty shortly, so you guys can contribute down in the comment section below as well if you have any more. But I've seen a couple things, kind of like how Lifeline gets no more armor from the care package since the whole armor changes, but that means she kind of needs a buff to include smart loot for bags and helmets on care package for her ultimate. At least I think it feels like they unintendedly nerfed this. POIs also got some nerfs because the mill had guaranteed armors, Countdown had guaranteed armors, Spider Cave had guaranteed armors, and now that those things are gone because armors are now different in the game, they never really did anything else to subsidize for that. And there's probably even more POIs. I know Elysium in the middle of Olympus had a lot of good stuff, and it just doesn't seem like it's always consistent anymore. So maybe now that some of these POIs got nerfed with the guaranteed armors being gone, could we get some like guaranteed something else? And I feel like at the end of the day, we still want to make sure that certain POIs are better than others so that there's a reason to actually contest for them. Or maybe we just made everything equal and just have everybody spread out on the map like Battle Royale should be played. I don't know. Interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on in the Apex Legends news world. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.